Hi everybody and welcome to Photomikes Garage. Today I thought I'd do a little bit of a garage update on Photomikes Garage. I wanted to show you some of the vehicles I've got and some of my plans for these vehicles. It's been a while and I've got quite a few cars now, so I want to kind of show you what I got. Let's start off with the newest member of the Photomikes Garage. This is a 2014 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon and we love it. Just had it for a short while. It's pretty well stocked. The only thing I've done is I've added more colorful, larger Rubicon decals from the newest model of the Jeep Wrangler. I've got a video where I show how I did that. Plus, I added a grille protector. This protects against rocks that might damage your radiator inside. And as you can see, I sort of customized this and added a nice Canadian flag. And I got a video on how I did that too. Canadian flag because I'm Canadian. This Wrangler also has, when I bought it, slightly larger than stock, great looking tires. And I noticed that they were rubbing when I first got the vehicle, just a little bit on the sway bar. So I added spacers, 1.5 inch spacers on all four corners, just to bring them out to stop the rubbing. Also to make the Jeep look a little bit more awesome. My future plans for the Jeep is of course to use it more often, off-road obviously, but also to give it maybe a 2-inch lift. I think that would be just fine for this Jeep. And also I'm going to give it a custom camouflage wrap. And I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna make a video on how I do that. I think it's gonna look awesome and it's gonna really make this whole vehicle stand out from the crowd. Okay, next we have my awesome 2013 Scion FRS. I bought this car new. I was so excited. I still love this car. It's starting to look a little bit more worn. It's got rock chips and everything else on it. It's got 165,000 kilometers, so it's definitely used a lot. But I love this car. Every time I drive it, I just love it all over again. It's a driver's car. It makes you feel connected with the road. It's a real sports car. There's really nothing much I would change about this car except add more power. I did add more power with my electric supercharger, or turbo if you are Cletus McFarlane, and this has added a little bit of extra horsepower just when you push the throttle all the way to the floor. And to be honest, I'm looking for more power. You can never have enough power. So what I'm thinking of doing is adding a turbo system to my car, a exhaust driven turbo, because I want more power. I'm still going to keep the stock internals, so we're probably looking at a max 10 psi or maybe less, but I really think that that will make a difference. But I want to do it on the cheap, so I'm looking for a cheap way to install a turbo system on my car. And when I figure that out, I'll make a video and show you how I do it. I want to do it for under $3,000, the entire system. And I want to do it by myself. Oh, and by the way, my car is mostly stock, but I've added a few changes that are pretty subtle, but I think make a big difference. The car is lowered by 1 inch. That makes a big difference on these cars, and they have way too much gap from the factory. This is about right for me. From the factory, it's way up here. It's just way too much. I've also added spacers to bring the stock wheels out, and that fits and fills the wheel wells a little bit better. It's a cheap way to make everything look better. I also did eBay front splitter, side skirts, and rear spats, and rear diffuser, this part here. Now they're all starting to get a little bit worn looking, and of course everything's dirty, but that really adds a look to the car. I've got different tail lights. Just a few little minor changes like that, but those minor changes make a big difference. This car also has a catback system, plus it has headers and a little oil cooler that uses the radiator fluid to actually cool down the oil. I have a video where I installed that. That's actually a great little mod. I'll put a link to that video down below. Okay. I've recently become obsessed with Crown Victoria police cars. I've had a few. I've done a number of videos on that. You can check them out. This is my latest acquisition from the federal auction up here in Canada. This is a 2009 Crown Vic. and it's got a bit of a story. Now I got to clean it up and everything else. I'm probably going to keep this one because I love the way these cars drive, and I love how cheap they are, but they're so reliable. This car has a bit of a story though. There you have your 4.6 liter V8 in all its glory. These motors are super reliable. They just got a few things that can go wrong, but this one's fine. The real issue with this car and why I got it so cheap, super cheap. So I got the Crown Vic really cheap, and the reason why is because, well, it had a little bit of a venture. A little bit of work I'm gonna have to do to fix it, but what happened is that it went down a flight of stairs in the pursuit of some bad guys. That caused a little bit of damage, therefore I got it on the cheap. I made a video about picking this car up, and maybe you can check that out. But basically, it's got some damage. Okay, let's go underneath the front of the car, and you can see that the front brace here is bent, and all the air conditioning radiator is also bent. Now, it's not leaking, but it could start leaking any time. That was damage caused by going down a flight of stairs. And the exhaust system has also been affected by that. It has been basically squished by the stairs on the way down. A little bit of damage to the rear bumper as well, so I'm going to start working on that soon. And this is going to be a great Crown Vic. It's got low kilometers, 130,000 kilometers, not miles, kilometers, so that's very low mileage. So I got a little bit of work to do in the car. Once I'm done, that's going to be a great Crown Vic that you can just drive around, bug people, do whatever you want. Okay, excuse the mess. I know it's messy, but this is my 1973 Z28 Camaro I've had since 1982. Okay, the Camaro is causing me a little bit of anguish. I'll tell you why. Because I just don't drive it that often. I just don't drive it. I love it. It's beautiful. As you can see, it is gorgeous. This car I've had since 1982. I did almost all the work myself except for the paint. The engine's been rebuilt, has the original motor, transmission, rear end, all original with this vehicle. It's just a gorgeous car, classic shape. Never gonna see anything like this again. And if I sold it, would I ever get this back? Would I ever be able to find something like this again? Because, you know, I am thinking of selling it, because if I sold this Camaro, I could get another cool car. Maybe like a new Supra or something like that. What do you think? Should I do it? Should I sell the Camaro? Because I just don't drive it that much. Now, I don't drive it because back in the 80s, when I was young and foolish, I put a very high lift, long duration camshaft in there. Sort of like an old school lumpy camshaft. And the car just doesn't drive that good with it. I mean, it sounds great, but it just doesn't drive that good. So I'm either going to sell it or I should modify it so make it more drivable. The brakes are kind of old. These cars have discs in the front, drums in the back. I'd like to convert it to all 4 discs to make it safer for the family. It's got lap belts inside and no belts at the back. So that's not very safe for the family. It's got a lumpy cam, which sounds great, but it's a very low power off the line. Anytime you're cruising, you've just got no power at all. You got to really put it up in the high RPM range to get any power. I just don't think it's matched to what I need this car to do. Okay, I don't think I'm going to sell this car. I was kind of joking. I can't sell this car. I've had it since 1982. I mean, this is a part of my life. The kids won't let me sell it anyway. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change that camshaft. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to put in a stock style camshaft. There's no reason to go for big power with this car anyway. I mean, I've got big power. I'll show you where I got the big power real soon. But anyway, I don't need big power. I need something that cruises and drives nice. So I'm going to put in the stock camshaft back into that car. And I'm going to do it myself. I'm also going to change the brakes and upgrade them, make the car more safe. I'm also going to add in shoulder belts to add on to the lap belts to make the car safer to drive. And I might even swap in a 5-speed or 6-speed transmission. Those changes, now that's going to cost some money, some things more than others, but that would transform the Camaro into something I would love to drive at any time in the summertime. And I think that's going to be a great winter project to do a few of those things. So stay tuned. I'm going to start working on that Camaro soon. Okay, last but certainly not least is Barney the Hellcat. Okay, Barney the Hellcat. I don't know if you can see him. He's so big, he takes up the whole garage. This is a 2016 Charger Hellcat with 707 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque. I love this car. Let's just take a look at the supercharger here. There you go. The giant supercharger. I love these motors. You can actually see all the mechanical bits. It's all metal. None of these stupid plastic covers. This is a 2.3 liter supercharger. The supercharger is bigger than the motor in my FRS out there. This is an awesome motor. There's so much power, so much torque. I love driving this all the time. It's luxurious, but at the same time it will go incredibly fast. Top speed 204 miles per hour. Not that I've ever done that, of course, but still 204 miles per hour. And I have done the quarter in 11.24, and stock they'll go even faster than that. So what should I do? What are my plans for Barney the Hellcat? When I first got Barney the Hellcat, I got the stripes put on and sort of like, Barney the dinosaur theme. And I love how the purple goes with the green. So, and the kids love it too. So everywhere I go, so that's gonna stay. I'm gonna keep that on there. But what about a power increase? Should I increase the power? Obviously, you can get a lot of horsepower out of these cars fairly cheaply. For around $5,000, you can get almost, 950 horsepower with a pulley change on the supercharger and a few other mods. You're there. I was thinking of going that way, which I still might do because you always need more horsepower, right? The other changes would be a slight lowering of the car, like just a small drop, a 1-inch drop. That would just make the car look more settled, reduce that gap on the wheel well. But actually, I'm not really sure what I should do next on Barney the Hellcat. It's such a great car right out of the box that beyond making more power, what else can you do with a Charger? I mean, it just looks so good. The wheels, the stock wheels look awesome. Now that's one change you could do. The wheels are too small, they're too thin. What you need is a wider set of wheels. These are only 275/40 20s. And for a car this size with that much horsepower, that's way too small. So I might upgrade to a larger tire package, wider tire package in the future. Of course, I did do a few mods on Barney the Hellcat beyond the stripes. I added a nice finned diffuser. I love that effect. I also added an oil catch can from JLT, and it actually works. Let me show you. We can just undo this here, and we'll see if it's collected any oil. It's been on for about 2 months, or maybe longer than that. And there you go. There is oil. So this oil would have gone through the supercharger and gummed up all the works inside. Every car should have a catch can, oil catch can. Okay, so that's what's happening with all my cars at Photomikes Garage. But what about something new? Another car. I'm always looking for more cars. I've had my eyes on C5 Corvettes. They are definitely a deal right now to get a C5 Corvette, especially a Z06. That is a performance bargain right now. So I've got my eyes open for a Z06 C5 Corvette. So if you hear about one, if you let me know, there's a deal out there, let me know. I might be buying one. But let's end off with a cold start on Barney the Hellcat. It's gonna be loud. Alright, that was so loud. So anyway, thanks for watching Photomikes Garage. I will see you next time.
The speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.